are going to go into 2024 happy, loving ourselves, knowing what we want, and claiming the love and romance that we deserve. That is what I am manifesting for us.
I hope you know about the tagging. You know this cookies for the bag. Kitty, kitty, baby, get her things to rest. Cause you done beat her like the 68 Jets.
What's going on, y'all? It's the one and the only, the first and the finest, Miss Right. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. If you are reoccurring, you already know the vibes. Love you. And if you are new here, get a head start, like, comment, and subscribe, because I promise you, you're going to enjoy yourself around these parts, okay? I wouldn't lie to you. So in this video, we are going to be getting ready to go and grab a quick cup of coffee, do some editing. I kind of just wanted to get out of the house. It's a Saturday. The weather is just like, it's gross, cold, rainy, just not it. And I won't be productive if I don't leave my house. So I'm going to go to a place called Cafe Intermezzo for, I guess, like a little solo date. It really wasn't on my calendar to have a solo date today, but I felt really sleepy. I actually took a nap, and I don't even nap because it's just gross. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get out this house. However, I'm not gonna be doing a crazy beat. I do have a little cute outfit, but it's not uber crazy. So I'm not gonna beat my face OD. My face has been really dry. I'm actually fresh out of the shower, so I'll be doing a little skincare routine. I don't even know if you can see how dry it is. It feels super dry. I did update my skincare routine, and I might make a whole video about that because I feel like it's supposed to peel away the dead skin. I have like some scarring from like a random pimple, but it's been helping to get rid of this other, like, a patch here that I had that was really irritating me. However, I think it's making my face like peel, and I don't know if it's a good peel or a bad peel, but I'll get on TikTok, figure that out, and get through it. But essentially, I'm going to be doing like my skincare prep, and then maybe like a very calm beat to get ready to go to Cafe Intermezzo here in Atlanta. They have a location in Midtown, and I'm hoping to be able to just sit at the bar. So we'll see about that. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to be talking to you guys about a very interesting topic. The topic of today's video is dating intentionally. What is it? How do you do it? And does it even make sense? I know there are a lot of people, especially on TikTok, that I have lost all hope for dating men, more or less black men. Like, you get on the app and you just immediately are discouraged. And I'm here to tell y'all that, is it hard out here? Yes. I don't got no secret code. I don't got no keys or anything like that. I'm gonna start with this under eye, just some under eye patches, vitamin C under eye patches. I don't have no crazy code or cracked code or anything like that. For real, I am a work in progress. However, we all are in our new era of 2024 goals that we are trying to accomplish. And one of the things that is important to me going into 2024 is to have a genuine, what is my goal? I have dating goals in 2024. That's what I'll say. We're all very excited about all of the goals that we have set for the new year. And while some people may think that it's like cliche or that for whatever reason it's not something to be excited about, I don't care. I am looking forward to finding love in the new year. I want to feel happy and, you know, enjoy. I feel like I've been through a dating era and it's been enjoyable. I'm probably going to continue along with this dating era that I'm in. However, I don't want to waste my time. I am 26. I'll be 27 in August. And for what? I just kind of feel like continue to date to what avail? So I have made it a personal mission to date intentionally, and we're going to get into what that is, what that means for me, and what I hope will come out of it in the new year, why I'm doing it, and things that I have learned while attempting to do this. This is not a new process for me. I have made this decision, I want to say, I made this decision to date intentionally. When was that? Something happened that pissed me off. I forgot what it was. It might have been a little around Halloween or so. a little before that. I forget, honestly. But I made the decision Q4, maybe very early Q4, late Q3. I made the decision to date intentionally because all of the people I was entertaining just really were starting to get on my nerves. Like, people were pissing me off. And I'm thinking about it like, why am I arguing with somebody I'm not in a relationship with? The hell's going on? The fuck I look like? So yeah, I made the decision to start dating intentionally back then, and I've learned a lot throughout that course. So this in no way, shape, or form is me speaking to you as an expert on the matter. Because if that were the case, honey, I would be there'd be a rock on here, and it'd be fire. I'd be in love. I'd be in Turks and Caicos right now. I'd be in the Maldives talking to you from a beach. Instead, I'm in Buckhead. So there's that. In no way, shape, or form am I talking to you as an expert. It's more so learn from my mistakes so that you don't have to. Learn from my experiences so that hopefully you can endure the good parts and not so much of the BS that I've had to endure. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. Okay, let's do it. So, dating intentionally, what is it? First and foremost, I would say that it means, it's kind of self-explanatory, but essentially you are dating with a purpose. So when people tell you that, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. I already started about to get into it, y'all. This is where that question, what are you looking for, comes up, because essentially it will determine what intentions they are dating with when you have that conversation at a first date, or when someone approaches you, or whatever the case is, second date, third date, whatever. But you're dating with a purpose. What that purpose is up to you. For me, I knew last year I was not looking for a relationship. I was relatively fresh out, and I was not looking for a relationship. I was looking to have fun, and that was that. That was enjoyable while it lasted, but for me, it got very old. If you like the streets, you might not be dating with intention. This video might not be for you. But if you're like me, the streets got old pretty quick. It got old pretty effing quick. And I was like, you know what? If you don't meet my mark, I don't think that we need to be doing this. I'm not even going to entertain people that don't do it for me anymore. So my intention now, my purpose now, is to find someone that I think is worthy of a relationship with me. That's my intention. Do I want to be in a relationship at this very moment? No. Because I'm healing and I'm growing and I'm glowing and all of those things in my dating era, but I want to meet somebody that makes me want to throw in the towel. That's the point that I'm at right now. And another thing that is very important to me in this era is that I am not looking, this is the lotion I've been using. Obsessed. I'm not putting this on my face. I'm putting it on my neck and my arms. Another important aspect of it for me is that I really, really want my next relationship to be my last. So am I going into it with patience? Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay? I'm not rushing into any type of relationship, because not to say you know for certain, they say you know when you know. I would love to know when I know. I would love to just have an epiphany when I walk into the grocery store and I put my hand on that keto bread. My sister's calling me, hold on. That might have been the perfect interruption, because I probably sounded delulu at AF. But yeah, no, I don't care if I sound delulu, whatever. I would love, lotion on my legs. I would love to be able to just put my hand on the package of keto bread or non-fat Greek yogurt at the Trader Joe's, and we reach at the same time and we look into each other's eyes, and it's an instant connection, and immediately I know this is the man I'm gonna marry, and immediately he knows this is the woman I'm gonna marry, and then we go on dates and everything just hits it off and sparks fly. And of course, however, I'm not sure that is, if I wait around for that, who knows how long I'll be waiting. And I have no problem taking matters into my own hands. My future is mine, okay? So I would absolutely like my next relationship to be my last. So what is my purpose when dating? That is my purpose. I don't want to say I'm looking for a husband, because I'm trying to get out of that. If you've followed my channel, you know I've recently made videos about decentering men. and clearly we talking about men right now. I mean, I don't want to put so much emphasis on I'm looking for a husband every single which way, because I have been like that, and it's created a bit of a toxic association with it, where I get so hung up on it and I get delusional. Like, well, what if he's my husband? Well, what if he's my husband? I have to look past this, because what if he's my husband? This feels good. What if he's my husband? And then I turn into a crazy. So that's not the route that I want to take. But I want to date with the intention of a long-term relationship. I want to think about what I want my future to look like, and who I want to create a future with. And those are my intentions going into 2024. I want to find somebody that gives me all of those feels, and I'm not ashamed of that. So hopefully I can find that going into the new year, or at some point in 2024. But with that being said, we now know what dating intentionally is. Now, this is what I have learned in my journey thus far, having tried to date intentionally. The first thing I learned that was very helpful was to make a list of non-negotiables. I did this following at the end of my relationship, and whenever I decided I wanted to start dating again, I looked at what I endured and what maybe red flags, if you will, I ignored for my last relationship because I was in love and all the things. And I told myself, we're not doing that anymore. This is the Smell Good I am using. It is Brazilian Crush number 62. I told myself, because when you do that reflecting, you look back on your old relationships, we got to get out of the mindset that all of these things are just happening to us, right? We got to ask ourselves, what role did I play? How could this have been avoided? And what I realized was that there were a lot of things that I knew did not align with my future and with something that I wanted, that I ignored or looked past because I was in love and I was dumb. I was just dumb and in love. That's really the matter of the fact. So I made a list of non-negotiables, things that I will not tolerate, I won't even entertain going into dating following my last relationship. And that was extremely helpful for me in dating intentionally. So for example, I'll just give you all a couple off of my list. First thing, a very simple one, was being a consistent smoker. I don't think it is in my ministry, and I don't think it ever was, but I ignored it. I don't smoke every day. It's not to say that if you do smoke every day, like something's wrong with you, but I just know it's not for me for a few different reasons. There's the smell. I think it has a long-lasting effect on your breath when you smoke, especially when you smoke rolling papers like backwoods. Your mouth, your nails, your clothes, the smell, and I think it messes with your productivity. There's a lot of people who are functioning addicts. Yeah, let's talk about it. There's a lot of people who are functioning addicts out here, and they want to call it something that it's not, because it's not crack cocaine, or it's not that white girl. It's not, you're not hitting the needle. This might get really rated R. There's a lot of people who excuse it, and I'm one of those people. I excused it because I'm like, he still get up and go to work every day, you know, he not fiend out. But girl, when he did not hit that L, you could tell, because the energy was shifted. I didn't like that. Another thing is marriage, children. If you and the person you are interested in do not have the same values on that matter, throw it in the garbage. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you were anything like me in the past, you thought you could likely change somebody's mind about something like that. I'm trying to look into your soul right now. I'm trying to look into your soul right now, because I don't want this to be you. If your partner is like, I don't want kids, and you do, don't try to change their mind, bro. Those are the two top things, top values that need to be the highest on your list of non-negotiables. If you know you want to get married and you meet a guy and he says to you on the first or second date,
yeah, I don't believe in marriage, I'm actually polygamous,
or whatever they say.
What's the point? It's just paperwork.
Like, if they're talking like that and you know in your heart of hearts you've always wanted to get married, why on earth would you ever entertain anything like that? That you can't change their mind on a topic like that. And there's a possibility that their mind can change. I don't want you to think it's impossible, but it is not your responsibility to change their mind. And if you make it your life's mission to change their mind, you're going to fail. You're going to grow to dislike that person and resent that person. So those are just a few examples of non-negotiables, and making that list was extremely helpful for me moving forward because it allowed me to dip and dodge things that did not serve me very, very early on. Another tip for dating intentionally that helped me was, beyond just making a list of things you won't tolerate, what are some things that you desire? Making a list of preferences so that you have an idea of what you want in your future partner. It allows you to have what I don't want to call a checklist, but a checklist, so that you can have like a quick cheat sheet of things that you want in your future partner, so that you know in the first 5 to 10 minutes if they're for you or if they're not. I came up with a list of preferences. I want to make sure that I separate what I mean, because we're not saying like you gotta be 6'6", you gotta drive a Benz, you gotta XYZ. No, but there are a list of things that are important for me at this time. It's not in my ministry at this time to date anybody with children, so that's not a preference, is that you don't have children. Who's to say my husband might have, you know, I want to share that moment, that first baby moment with my man, but there's other people that have different opinions on it. But it is a preference nonetheless for my husband, my future man, to not have any kids. So when I talk to you in the first couple minutes, if I can get that information, okay, I'm like, boom, check, no kids. It's a preference for my man to drive right now. I like being a passenger seat princess. I do not like driving. I actually don't have a problem with driving. I just don't like driving with men in the passenger seat. I'll meet you at the date, but don't ask me to pick you up. And it's not because I won't. I just really prefer to sit in the passenger seat when there's a man in the car. That's just my preference. And I don't want to have that responsibility of being the main source of transportation. So just being able to date somebody that has their own transportation. It does not have to be a Range Rover. Would it be nice? Sure. But I mean, I drive a Honda Civic, so what I look like requiring you to drive a Benz? It's a preference that my next man has no kids. It's a preference that he drives a car. It's a preference that he lives alone. Like, if you got a roommate, doesn't mean you're completely off the list, but it wouldn't be ideal if you lived with your mother, or if you lived with somebody that you had to consider constantly, because you know, don't be able to do what you want to do, like, you know what I'm saying? But that's just a list of my preferences. So I can actually keep going on for days. I was never a heavy preference girly. I was never somebody that really prioritized my own desires. It was more like, if you gave me attention and you showed me that you liked me, I could find something about you to like. That sounds so terrible. Rest in peace to that Brianna, because that stupid is gone. Sorry about that. All right, so yeah, now we have our list of non-negotiables. We have our list of preferences. The next thing that I did that was very helpful is I took both of these pieces of information, these resources that I had now embedded in the back of my head, and I took them out with me into the dating world. I learned that it is important to not be afraid to vet people out. And another thing that I learned was to shut the hell up. Shut up and listen, because men will talk if you give them the opportunity to. And a lot of times, all of that trying to find a way to figure out if he's single, try to find a way to figure out if he is educated, trying to find a way to figure out if he has a car, if he has a crib, what he does for a living, it might come up naturally in conversation. You might have to be a big girl and ask those questions and not be scared to open up your mouth. Or you might just get that information offered up to you on a silver platter if you stop talking. I'm not saying be a mute, but that's probably one of the biggest things that I've learned in trying to date intentionally. I'm a chatty girl. Like, I have a YouTube channel. Do y'all know having a YouTube channel essentially requires you to talk to yourself? I'm talking to y'all, but like, well, I say all that to say I'm a chatty girl. I can chat. I can chat, and I have been working on not oversharing. Oversharing is something that I suck at. I will tell you my life story, and I really want to work on that. One of the things that has allowed me to work on that is, while dating intentionally, I've been being quieter and listening more, so that some of this information when dating is offered up to me naturally, organically, authentically. It's very nice and convenient for them to offer up that information, and sometimes they do so willingly. And sometimes it just allows you to peep the vibe early on. You know if they mesh with you, if they gel with you, if you don't have to start every conversation. You don't have to be the trigger for all of the vibes. Like, let them show you whether or not their vibe matches your vibe, their energy matches your energy. If you have to start all the conversations and ask all the questions, I'm telling you, date number 2 is not happening. And if it is, it'll be indicative of the kind of relationship y'all gonna have. Is that what you want? Do you want to make all the decisions? Or do you want to be in your feminine era? Do you want to be in your soft life era? Do you want to allow a man to lead? And if he can't lead a conversation, baby, he's not gonna lead much else. With all that information, the last thing that I feel like was very helpful in my journey was to be patient. Actually, I don't even want to say that it was helpful. It was more so like I learned from past experiences that I need to be patient. I'm using this Fenty lip balm, luscious lip balm in the color Cocoa Drizzle. I can't say that that's been helpful. I mean, it has been helpful because there are people that I feel like me a whole bunch more because I took my time when I met them. I also learned from previous experiences that taking my time is necessary. Now, people can debate about this all they want to, and I believe that there is no right or wrong answer because everybody is different. For me in particular, moving slower when I meet somebody that I consider potential, I see dating potential in them. I'm not going to sleep with them quick. I'm not. And quick to some people, like that alone is debatable. What's quick? Quick to you might be first date. Quick to you might be third date. What's slow? Like it's really it's what works for you. And I've learned that for me, if I think that there's a possibility we can actually hit something off, do a little something, I'm going to wait until the vibe presents itself. For one, natural, organic vibe. I also need to be comfortable with you, and I need to see you in different scenarios, like not just our regular go out to eat date, like let's go out, like let's have a drink at the bar. Let me see you in different scenarios. Let me link with you and your friends, and I'll bring a friend. Like, I like to see you in different scenarios. I like to see you in different vibes. I want to feel safe with you. I want to feel comfortable, and I feel like those things present itself. I don't think that there is a certain amount of time that you have to wait, but if you are interested in this person and you want to see where things go, I personally feel like sleeping with them prematurely can hinder the getting to know you process. That is what it is for me. With that, it can be taking your time isn't just about sleeping with them. So that's just my opinion in terms of getting physical. But taking your time could also mean like, okay, he checks off all your boxes. Let me cut off all my hoes right now. Hang it up. Hey, throw in the towel. It's time to reel it in. Slow your roll, Missy. Okay? Slow your epic roll, because you just got here. You need to take your time. You need to see if this person, do you like this person? He might be Mr. Right. He might be Mr. Right now, and he might just be Mr. Right for somebody else. I've learned that from experience. When I tell you, there's been people that I've dated that have done nothing wrong, and I'm like, why do I not love him? Why do I not love him? It sucks. It really sucks. You date somebody, like you guys have things in common. They're attractive. They're chivalrous. They're successful. They have all the things that you're looking for. On paper, they might really be that, but you can't force the vibe. I'm very, very, very serious about the vibe. I keep saying vibe, the word vibe, and I'm gonna keep saying vibe because vibes are vibes. I'm joking, but I'm dead ass. If y'all don't have that natural and you know what I'm talking about, it doesn't have to be forced. And let me tell you, it's not gonna come overnight, which is why number 3, take your time, is so important. It can come in terms of being physical. It can come in terms of rushing things and intimately, romantically. It can come in all ways, shapes, and forms. You can really think that you've met the one, and it's really because you haven't given him an opportunity to show his bare ass yet. And once he had it, boy, did he show it. Like, there was one time I messed with somebody who was medium ugly. It's gonna sound mean, but I mean, I messed with somebody who was medium ugly who checked off all the boxes besides me being like off rip attracted to him. And I'm like, you know what, he might be so much better than these other guys, because, you know, these guys that know that they look good, they like to act a fool. He's not gonna do that to me because he's more wholesome and he's more reserved, given that he know what I look like, and he thinking like, oh yeah, I got to really behave with this girl. Like, I'm blessed to be here. Ain't wrong. He showed his bare ass too. It does not matter. You have to give people the time to show themselves. And if you move too quick, if you do anything too prematurely, it's not to say things can't happen. You might slip up, have a little 1-2 whoop-de-whoop, and they might be a great guy after still. But when we are moving with intention, we are going to intentionally move cautiously, move with a sound mind, and hopefully this will prevent us from looking dumb or from getting our feelings hurt. I'm talking to you guys as somebody who has been there. Learn from my mistakes. That is going to be the theme of this series, because I feel like the dating talk is very, very negative on social media, and I want to turn it around. I do, y'all. I really do. Like, we definitely have to change the narrative, and there is not just this gap, this men are garbage, and then the gap, and then I'm living my best life, and I'm one of the 1%ers that are in love and happy and thriving and married and all that. There is not this huge gaping hole in the center where we all are sitting. We can enjoy ourselves. We can be in our dating era. We can go through these motions without getting beat up, dragged up and down the street, treated poorly, crying not in the Rolls Royce. Like, we don't have to be all of those things. We are going to go into 2024 happy, loving ourselves, knowing what we want, and claiming the love and romance that we deserve. That is what I am manifesting for us. This is unisex, by the way. I keep using ladies because we in this together, but this is unisex, okay? There's gentlemen out there that is looking for their wife, and their wife is out there. And we're gonna talk more about maybe things to do to continue this process and this journey in ways that look healthy and that can maybe help you get to where you wanna go to. But I'm literally learning with y'all, and that's why you haven't gotten a video yet. With all that being said, I just want y'all to learn from my mistakes. As I mentioned earlier, learn from my experiences so that y'all don't have to go through some of the BS that I went through, and so that we can all be happily ever after moving into 2024 and beyond. So those are the keys and the tips to dating intentionally. I really hope that they were beneficial to y'all. If y'all want to come with me to Cafe Intermezzo, we can definitely get into that. Y'all okay? Before I let you go, come on, let's go.
Murder, murder, she wrote. Murder, she wrote. Mrs. I got things are so pretty round this time of year. I can't ignore it. I cannot ignore it, yeah. Mrs. I got things are so pretty round this time of year. I can't ignore it. I can only assure it. I've been to New York and I've been to Houston, and nothing's better than you, girl. Came to conclusion, yeah, yeah. Girl, I know you're 22 and you've seen something that you never should have been exposed to, yeah. Who I gotta protect you when you feel